still Resurrection Day, April 20th, 2025. So you know what year. I need to make just a short video because I need help, and the boys that help me with this computer, which I'm a complete numbskull working, I wouldn't be on at all without their help in doing it for me. But now I got a glitch, and I've been having a lot of glitches and trouble with electronics, and I'm starting to suspect that since AI is said coming, is already here, then who's in AI? Who's the intelligence in artificial intelligence? Well, I don't know. Who's in a dead person? Well, that would be a zombie. Who's in who was in Son of Sam? Okay? And those kind of murdering crazy people. Who was in them? A demon. Okay? So, what's going on with CERN? You know, the Large Hadron Collider. They're making, and in the smaller quantum computers that you can pick up now. And for something like, I think it's $200,000. But they'll get you in touch through quantum mechanics to the other side. My point is, I think that AI is in computers and is in electronics. That would be telecommunication, audio communication, anything that's electronic, especially the computer. Okay, we're being watched 24/7. We know the computers are like crazy advanced, and we're probably not even getting half the truth. They're probably much further on. And I think they're actually possessed. Yes. Now, many people out there believe that things can be possessed, that demons can attach themselves to items. Well, why not? It doesn't mean that that ragdoll is going to start talking to you, but it might turn its head when you're not looking. We've seen that. So why not computers? So I'm very busy, 24/7, fully dedicated to Christ, trying to lead people and succeeding occasionally anymore because I don't get out much. Leading people to Christ. Boy, that's got to PO the devil when someone comes to Christ. And it has to make an evangelist a target. Now, how does Satan hurt us? Well, my whole family, except one, I've got 5 grandkids and 1 infant great-grandson. The 5 grandkids, except for one, avoid me, haven't talked to me in 5 years. And 3 of them, who belonged to my deceased daughter, who took her life, interesting victory for Satan, I would say, but yet she was saved. So she's up there in heaven. He only was victorious in getting her to kill herself. Didn't get her soul because I made sure she came to Christ. Now, I didn't save her. I led her to the Savior. But she left us 3 small children back 10 years ago or so when she took her life. And my son took him over. He was in a big new house with a second wife. And she had a younger child. So they all 4, my daughter's 3 and her 1 child, lived together in St. Clairsville, Ohio, in a nice neighborhood. Good school system. And I was happy. My wife and I are just too old to take on 3 kids, but we took them on as much as we could when they were given to us. And that was fairly often, and we liked keeping them. We didn't really want to give them back, like if they stayed 3 or 4 days. Generally, they'd be over a long weekend, they'd be with me, all 3. And then, anyway, only one has, like the 10 blind men that the Lord used in a parable that were healed of blindness. Only one came back and thanked him. And it's like that with my family. After 5 years of being hurt by being ignored, ostracized. I'm talking about blocked emails, changed phone numbers and not given me the new ones. It was very hurtful. And I was, before the Lord, I'll tell you, I was a good father and grandfather. I was a good husband, too. Okay, considering what I had to deal with. My first wife, well, let's not go there. But I stayed with her, and I was a good husband until she left me. Without notice and without an argument, she just took the money, emptied the bank account of like $7,000-8,000 we had saved, and she left. And she left a note behind. And she pretended that she was missing my recently deceased father, who I adored. I was still grieving for him. I do today. He died in '98. But she left me with that pretense. We weren't fighting. I expected her to come back for months, because that's kind of like how she said she needed a little time. And I forgave her, and when I got my 401k and retired, I gave her $10,000 in cash and a check. So, I mean, what can I say? How bad of a person can I be? But believe me, they all hate me but one, maybe two. Maybe two. They were the youngest sons of children of my late daughter, and they were the ones that spent the most time here with me when they were still preteen. In fact, I think I was changing diapers for the youngest of the three. His name's Blakey. And just today, we got together for the first time in 5 years. I drove down to West Virginia and then crossed into Ohio to see him from Pittsburgh. And so I'm tired from the drive and the whole deal. Actually, as I was driving down there, I was crying. And I'm not afraid to say that. I always pictured myself, we have a deck, a nice deck, sitting high, rather high, looking out. And I always pictured myself sitting on a deck like that, retired, with friends around me, and family, and chatting, and just loving on each other. Of course, with my wife. But she's still here. Second wife. First wife is existing somewhere. And but anyway, off on a tangent. Things are going crazy for me. I'm losing my... I went to buy a truck yesterday and look at it. I didn't buy it. I promised I would. No money down, but it's a Whipple supercharged F-150, and the young fella's campaigning it at the drag races. He only has, listen, it's a 2023 pickup truck with under 1,000 miles on it. So I'm going to have it looked over really well, because a lot, I don't know how many of those miles were up and down the quarter mile, because he was running a low, his best of, I think he said 1016. That's fast. That puts him in the 800 horsepower range, because he got, and I wanted the lightest model of F-150 possible. Two-wheel drive, regular cab, automatic, and short bed. And but anyway, my navigating system in my 2018 Subaru really started to screw up on me. I got lost, and it kept changing in deep traffic where I had to make quick turns. You know, it was sort of like at a, you know, in Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh, there can be some off ramps. You get off there, and suddenly it dumps you with about five, in a place where you've got 5 different directions to go. And the people that are impatient behind you, is you try to slow read which turn you want to make. And if your navigating system is screwing up on you, then it's saying nothing. Or it's saying something opposite, turn around. You know, reconfiguring. And you know you're right where you're at. You're okay. But it's telling you now to go backwards. And I had that. I was getting phone calls in my car as I was driving over to this place. I've never been in an area I've never been to. And it was bedlam in my car trying to answer phones because I was talking to the buyer or the seller. I was talking to a mechanic who's going as a liaison between me and him, me and a seller, who also worked on this truck I was going to look at. And everyone was not answering the first time, but returning the call. And of course, they all returned the call at the same time. And I had to call my sister to get a phone number of the dealership that I forgot to get before I left, that this truck originally came from. And I wanted to get the price of a typical under 10,000 mile, because that's all the lower they give you if you look for used trucks. Under 10,000 mile 2023 Ford F1 regular cab, eight cylinder, that would be a Coyote motor, automatic, short bed. And then so I wanted to know before I went to actually talk to the seller how much he paid for it. And when I got there, he told me he wouldn't be there. His wife met me and let me start it up. He didn't want me to drive it. It's pretty loud, but I'm not going to purchase it until we get it. I drive it or he drives it to my mechanic. It's about an hour away from him, 2 hours from me, and have him look at it. But that's another story. But it was just, it was serious. I'm getting phone calls. Come in. Have a seat. My nav is getting me screwed up in heavy traffic in an area I don't know. Yes. I can pause this.
Oh.
So now my computer won't finish processing these videos like the one I'm making now. So I'm going to end this one. It's half a test, and it's nothing theological, hardly. It just, I'm not absolutely convinced, but I'm getting there, that Satan is throwing monkey wrenches in what he can to wear me down. I have a sick wife, and I'm generally sick. Whenever I fill any boxes at the doctors, if they ever want to know how's my health, I have to check mark poor. And you should see me get up the steps. Some days I just, I got to take 6 or 8 and stop. Now, I am overweight, but I've got a genitive heart failure. And anyway, diabetes naturally, type 2. And I think my feet itch. I'm not sure. But I don't have dandruff, though. I wouldn't put up with that. So I'm going to end this and see if I can upload it, and I might just leave it uploaded. So the question is, do you think demons, Satan, can harass saints through electronics? I'm saying yes. I wouldn't teach it. I'm not that convinced, but I could share it with you, and that's what I'm doing. So here we go. I'm going to end it. Don't forget, Christians lead people to Christ. Okay, there's the boys in the background. Can you see them? They're flashing the lights. I think that's the lights of my tractor. They love my tractor. I have 2. I have a toy. I've got a regular lawn tractor, John Deere, an X390. It's a pretty good size for 1 acre. And last year around this time, not quite yet, almost a year ago, I bought a John Deere backhoe, model 2510, I think it is. It's got the backhoe, and it's got the bucket in the front, and it's a real tractor, and I love it. I'm a gearhead, but not just for motorcycles and trucks and cars, fast trucks and cars, but for things like that. So I'm going to end this Lead people to Christ if you're born again. If you're not, ask Christ to forgive you, then believe he will for the asking, and you'll be saved. Well, in Christ's name, may God bless you.